It's time for the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour, with from Happy Days, Erin Moran. From the Old Mandolin, James Sloyan. From another world, Nancy Frangione. Travalena, Charles Nelson Reilly, and the stars of the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour, Gene Rayburn and John Bowman.
I welcome you one and all. We have people who have never done this show before. They're virgins to the match game Hollywood Squares Hour. There's one, this is one, and she's one. But we want to give a special word of welcome to you who've never done it before. The rest of us will be very kind to them, won't we?
Maybe.
Sure.
Yes, absolutely.
And
we'll consider it.
Wonder of wonders, you know, I have a house on Cape Cod. You probably know that. And this beautiful woman grew up in Cape Cod. And we met some time ago when my daughter and my wife and I were working on a drug rehab program in Cape Cod, and she was working on it too. So she's not only beautiful, but she's a spirited citizen of this. You have webbed feet,
What
right?
they called natives from Cape Cod.
Everybody ready? Yes. All right, let's welcome our two players here, Arlene Minogian and Steve Regan.
Close.
All right. Arlene Minogian, tell us about you, please.
I work for a vitamin company here in Los Angeles, administrative assistant to the president, and in charge of their international relations and new markets around the world. We're hoping to open some new stores, so I get paid for traveling. I love it.
Good for you. You have an interesting job. Minogian is, I mispronounced it originally. It's Minogian, right?
Minogian.
Minogian. That's, what kind of name is that?
It's Armenian, like our wonderful governor.
Okay. Good luck to you, Arlene. Steve, tell us about you, please.
Gene, I'm 24 years old.
We don't want to know everything, Steve.
How about
you don't have to tell everything off the bat. You're just a little
I've been married for 2.5 years, very happy. I'm a territory manager for a major consumer products company. Right now I'm living in Syracuse, New York.
Well, it's nice to have you here, Steve,
nice
and good luck to you, too. Now, let's begin the match game. We'll play 3 rounds. The one who's ahead will go on to challenge a returning champion on Hollywood Squares for a chance to win up to $30,000. Arlene won the toss. She will go first.
A, please.
A. All right, here it is, Arlene. Harry said, last night for dinner, my wife promised me something like my mother makes. Unfortunately, my mother isn't a cook. She's a blank. Hurry up, I'm getting bored with the music.
Okay, it's good.
James, you ready?
Yes.
You have to put it in the slot. And that lights your light. And then, all right, here we go. Harry said, last night for dinner, my wife promised you something like my mother makes. Unfortunately, my mother isn't a cook. She's a blank.
A seamstress makes clothes.
A seamstress. So he probably had to eat some thread or cloth or something for dinner. Seamstress. Round 1 questions, anything, you know, that comes to your head. Nancy, what came to
with
your
all
head?
that time to think.
Gene, this is very, very, very strange, but I think...
You got a
I
match?
think you'll like it.
A dressmaker.
Where did that come from? Sending vibes.
I'm so delighted that we got these 2 weirdos together here. They're on the same wavelength
Happened to
here.
click. I don't understand.
All right, Fred.
Well, I sure wish I had something brilliant, golly, but I don't. I said auto mechanic.
That's
golly.
good. Good answer. That would make a rotten dinner.
Yes. I said that she was a dishwasher.
That would make another dreadful dinner. Don't boo that answer. Besides, remember, it's his first time on the show, and if you boo him, he'll feel insecure and he'll never come back again. What do you say, John?
You can boo me. I said a brassiere manufacturer.
I was going to say that.
Close.
Interesting dinner, I would say.
Seamstresses make...
All right, Erin.
I said a banker.
A banker. You said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's first
All
time
right.
on the show. What can I say?
We'll let it go this time. Don't let it happen again.
Chuck.
No, it's interesting how the only graduate from Cape Cod High got the only right answer.
That's right.
He had to eat bookie. She makes book.
Right. Okay. Well, Arlene, you picked up one. Steve, this is yours.
We promise to improve.
Julia Child is going to devote an entire program to cooking with nuts. Her special guest star will be blank. Come here. It's spelling you want out. I can help you.
I don't know.
On the way from the microphone. Spell this way.
That's not how you spell.
That's close enough. Spelling doesn't count here. Jim, you ready?
I graduated too.
In the slot. That's two, Jim.
Trouble with his slots.
Why it's hard.
Jim, you may not be back for the second half hour. All right, Steve. Julia Child is going to devote an entire program to cooking with nuts. Her special guest star will be...
Charles Nelson Reilly.
Charles Nelson Reilly is a reasonable assumption. See, now, Charles has been known to be goofy once in a while, a little wild and crazy, so he thought he was a nut.
I guess it just must be that lovely Cape Cod air. I don't know what's
It's fresh air.
happening, but...
Your own illustrious C.N. Reilly.
Great.
I'm on a roll. I think this is what they call a roll.
That's two in a row.
How bizarre.
Imagine Julia on Hollywood. She goes, "Hello, Jean. Bon appetit." Do you know I wrote a book about marital problems in Africa? Yes, it's called 50 Ways to Cook Your Lover. I said cooking with nuts. Steve Martin, a wild
Martin.
and crazy guy.
Another good answer. All right, James.
I just thought about my hometown. I said the state of New York.
The state of New York. Everybody there. Okay, Jim? Some of us who love New York... Some of us who love New York take umbrage at that. Okay, John.
That's right. We think yours is all wet, Sloyan. I said, break out your Bullwinkle imitation, Fred. I said Rocky and Bullwinkle. He's a squirrel, remember?
Right. All right.
All right. Let me have it.
That's
Hello, Erin.
Show no mercy.
You said a squirrel.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, squirrels like nuts. They store them for the winter. Charles?
Mr. Amos.
Who is that?
Famous Amos?
Oh, Famous Amos?
Well, he cooks with nuts. You could either get it
Oh,
with
you
nuts
mean
or
Famous
without
Amos
nuts.
cookies. All right. Oh, it's going to be a weird day, friends. A long, weird day. That's round one. The score is tied 1-1. Round two right after this. Go to round two. Bing. Now, since the score is tied, and she went first last time, Steve will ask you to go first this time.
I'll try number A, please.
Number A. Okay. Number A says, Dirty Harry is such a mean cop. You need more rehearsal. When he arrests you, instead of using handcuffs, Harry blanks your wrists together. You don't play because you matched in the previous round. All right. Ready, Fred? Steve, Dirty Harry is such a mean cop. When he arrests you, instead of using handcuffs, Harry blanks your wrists together.
He nails your wrist
Nails
together?
is one possibility. Yep. Okay. Not bad. All right, Fred, you're up first.
Well, you mentioned Dirty Harry.
Dirty Harry.
Dirty Harry. Here we go. Go ahead. Make my day.
Very good.
I was thinking really mean, okay?
Really mean.
Really mean, you know, like in my movies.
Yes.
I said, barbed wires your hands together.
Yeah. Painful, right?
Painful. I said staples.
Very good, Jim. Staples is good. Nailed is good. You guys are on the same idea here, but you haven't clicked yet, Steve. Let's see if you click with John.
Well, it's a little-known fact, Gene, that Dirty Harry is very domestically oriented. So what he does is he sews your wrists together.
Right.
My public.
Erin.
Chains.
Chains them together. All right, Chuck.
Chuck said Wells.
Welds them together. Another good one. All right. A lot of good ideas there. No match for you, Steve. Arlene, let's see how you do with this. Lady Gwendolyn said, she says, I never should have gone out with that prince who used to be a frog. Now I have warts on my blank. You again do not play. All right. Are you having a good time?
Oh, yeah.
Good. I'm glad we gave her the pills. Okay, here we go. Arlene, you ready? James, Jim.
I'm working.
Oh, quick. Hey, Bobby, doing a little artwork.
I got it. I can do it. I can do it.
Lady Gwendolyn said, I never should have gone out with that prince who used to be a frog. Now I have warts on my blank.
Lips.
Lips is good. Anything around that. Okay. Let's see if the lips appear here anywhere. Yes.
Well, I love that guy's name. Is it Reagan or Regan?
Regan.
Regan.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yes.
Well, you know, I'm so glad to be on Hollywood Squares. Walter Mondale said that that's what America calls Nancy and I. But seriously, folks, I said lips.
Attaboy. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. Hey, Jim.
Yes. I said hand. I don't
Hand.
know why.
All right, he kissed her hand at principal. Don't boo that. It's not a bad answer.
Polite.
Okay, John, you're up.
That's why they call her old wart lips.
Right there. Now, Erin, go.
Well, he was pretty kinky.
Yeah.
I said toes.
Toes. Whoa. I tell you, no, don't boo that. They're hard to find. A good toe kisser. They're getting very rare. Hello, Charles.
Cape Cod during the winter. They run rampant all over the beach. Face.
Face. All over her face. So it's 3-1 at the end of round 2. Arlene is ahead. Third and final round right after this. Third and final round. Arlene, you're ahead. You have to go first.
A again.
All right, let's see what A offers this time. Nancy and Fred and John lay out. The rest of you, please respond to this. Fred said, I used to be a tree surgeon, but I quit because I couldn't stand the sight of blank. Stand the sight of blank. Ready, Arlene? I think we're ready for you. I used to be a tree surgeon, said Fred, but I quit because I couldn't stand the sight of blank.
Sap.
Sap is your response. Sap is pretty good. Right, Jim?
I thought that possibly that might be a good answer.
And you said it. All right, 4 for her. You make it 5.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Oh, okay. All right, 5 for her.
5 saps.
5 saps.
Boring bark.
Bark. Couldn't stand the sight of bark.
Thank you.
So Arlene has 5, Steve. That means you need 4 to tie and 5 to win. Okay. Either possibility can be realized. Allison said, that's the last time I go out on a date with Weird Willie. He didn't take me to an ice cream parlor. He took me to a blank parlor.
Weird Willie? Is that?
Yes, Weird Willie. Last day. Put it in the slot, Erin, and here we go.
Yes, sir.
Steve, Allison said, that's the last time I go out on a date with Weird Willie. He didn't take me to an ice cream parlor. He took me to a blank parlor.
A beauty parlor.
A beauty parlor. This is Weird Willie. Did you hear all the question? Is that your first choice? What's your second choice?
I didn't have one.
You didn't have one. All right. Beauty parlor is the answer. Fred, what do you say?
Well, in the words of John Houseman, we make money the old-fashioned way. In the basement on the printing press. I said massage.
Massage parlor is good. All right. Now, you've got to match everybody else, Steve, to stay in the game. So, Jim, it's up to you.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I said massage.
There it is. So that means Arlene wins the game. Come on down, Arlene. Okay. Right there on that little red dot, if you would, please. Thank you. Hey, Steve, nice to meet you.
It's been a lot of fun. Thank you.
Gonna send some gifts to you from the match game. Steve Regan. Hey, congratulations to you. Now, we're gonna go to the Hollywood Squares part of it. Here comes the rest of our furniture. We'll bring on 3 more celebrities from right over here in a moment or so. John and I will change places. More excitement coming your way. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
A member of our studio audience will receive a Kelvinator No Frost refrigerator featuring 3.6 cubic foot freezer, meat keeper, dual crispers, trim wall insulation, and ice maker capability, furnished by Kelvinator. It's time for more of the match game. Hollywood Squares, our win from Scarecrow and Mrs. King, Martha Smith. From another world, Christopher Rich. From Dreamhouse, Bob Eubanks. And taking over, the star of the Hollywood Squares, John Bowman.
Take off my jacket, Eubanks, now. Okay, we'll be back to play Hollywood Square.
John Bowman and the Hollywood Squares.
Thank you. Welcome to the second half of the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour. And with us, we have Arlene Manoogian, who, with the help of a bunch of saps, made it through the match game, and now she's ready to take on the returning champion in the game of Hollywood Squares. 3 new celebrities: Martha Smith, Chris Rich, and Bob Eubanks. Chris, you are, along with your wife in real life, Nancy Frangione, are representatives of another world for this week. You just had your chance to watch your wife play match game. Would you care to give us a quick evaluation?
Well, frankly, John, it was stunning. I mean, dressmaker? Give me a break. Who would have guessed that in a million years? I think it is the salt air, but I don't think it's from breathing it, frankly.
Okay.
That's my Chris.
Nice to have you both here. Come on, Arlene, let's go play Hollywood Squares. Here we go. Your real life husband and wife, correct? But not on the show anymore. They're divorced on the show. Very strange.
It's
okay.
confusing.
Defending champion's name is Joyce Reeves. She is returning with $34,775. Good for you.
Thank you.
It's the beginning of a new week. Have you had a little bit of time to let this sink in? What are your thoughts?
Oh, still dazed after a week. You know,
Still crazy after all these years.
All these years.
Okay, well, you're going to play Hollywood Squares at least one more time, and you're going to play until you hear the Time's Up bell. Whoever's ahead at that time goes on to play Supermatch. That is worth up to $30,000. First game is worth $100, $25 for every square. You start, Joyce. Pick a star, and let's go.
Fred, please.
Fred Travalena. Hey. When stretched end to end, Fred, who is taller? Richard Nixon or the world's longest tapeworm?
I don't believe that you tied in my name with a tapeworm. I don't believe. You know, I had a lot of trouble with tape recorders when I was all those years in the White House. I would say that the longest a tapeworm.
Okay, we were spared Fred's imitation of the world's longest tapeworm. He says.
Hi, everybody.
He says that the world's longest tapeworm is taller than Richard Nixon. Agree or disagree, Joyce?
I agree.
The world's longest tapeworm it is. Well done. You're right to agree at the first square. The world's longest tapeworm can be up to 30 feet long. Watch out. Okay, Arlene, your move.
Charles, please.
Charles Nelson Reilly. Charles, can you get electricity from a potato? Or is a potato useless as a source of power?
Being Irish and not from Cape Cod, the potato is a great source of energy.
He says you can get electricity from a potato. Agree or disagree, Arlene?
I agree.
You can get electricity from a potato. Yes, you're right to agree. You get the square. Very well done. In fact, you can get enough electricity from a potato to power a digital watch. Okay, Joyce. You are playing X, and it's your move.
Bob, please.
Bob Eubanks.
This is fun.
Could change any
No
minute.
one goes like this.
Bob, you're hosting a party, and one of your guests has turned into an obnoxious drunk.
I wasn't there, John.
Now, according to McCall's Book of Entertaining, should you tell your guest to leave, or should you just have a good friend walk the drunk around the block?
Well, I think you should tell him to leave.
What do you say, Joyce?
I disagree.
You should have a good friend walk the drunk around the block. Very perceptive to disagree. Well done. You get the square. Okay, a couple of X's are up there. 1-0, and you're playing, though, Arlene.
Jean to block, please.
You missed this one. The first game belongs to the defending champ. Mr. Rayburn, which came first? Walter Mondale or the Democrats' donkey?
I believe the symbol of the donkey is far older than Mr. Mondale, who's in his 50s, late 50s or something. He's 58, isn't he? Something like that. The donkey is older than 58, I'm sure.
Agree or disagree for a
I
block?
agree.
The donkey it is. Yes, you're right to agree. You get the square, and you do block. The Democrats' donkey came in 1837. Older even than President Reagan. By a couple of weeks. Okay, Joyce, your move.
Erin to block, please.
Okay, Erin Moran for a block. Which of these does the American Dermatological Association recommend rubbing on your skin as a moisturizer? Is it Crisco?
Well, you can scratch that one off the list.
I didn't expect that one.
Or half a prune?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, half prune.
Agree or disagree to block, Joyce?
I disagree.
It is Crisco. Very good playing once again. You get the square and you do block. Crisco is a moisturizer. I don't know, I used to use it in my hair. Okay, Arlene.
Chris
She
to block.
thwarted you there. The shoe is on the other foot, and you need Chris to block. Chris, you are a newborn baby goose.
No problem.
I didn't know that.
Can you tell who your mother is? Or will you follow the first large moving thing you see?
Well, I personally would follow the first large moving thing I saw, but I think a little tiny gooselet, or gosling as we call them back home, would be able to tell who its mom is.
Agree or disagree, Arlene?
Isn't that sweet?
I disagree.
A newborn baby goose will follow the first large moving thing it sees. Yes, you're right to disagree. You get the square. Very good playing. Once again. It will not follow its mother, Mother Goose.
But I'm smarter than him.
Okay, Joyce Reeves, your move. You're playing X.
James, please.
Lots of X's and O's up there, huh? Okay. James Sloyan. Elma has just given birth, and she's still a few pounds overweight. Will breastfeeding her baby help Elma slim down? Or will it cause her to gain more weight?
It would cause her to slim down.
What do you say, Joyce?
I agree.
Breastfeeding will help her slim down. Yes, well done. You're right to agree. You get the square. And you got 4 X's up there to 3 O's for you, Arlene. Your move.
Nancy to block.
Okay, this one, if you miss this one, gives the game to Joyce. According to the Center for Sleep Disorders, Nancy, who is more likely to get a good night's sleep? A person who is worried and tense all day, or a person who is very relaxed?
I think I just read something about this. No, I'm serious. I think that it's a person who is worried and tense all day.
For the block, agree or disagree, Arlene?
I agree.
It is a person who is relaxed. It's a real tricky question. No, you should have disagreed with Nancy. Your opponent gets that square and wins the first game. Well, that's one of those cases. The answer to that question was exactly what you would think. It was a person who is relaxed. That gave you the game, Joyce, and the lead. But we're going to be back with a $200 game right after these messages. Stick with us.
Stay tuned for more of the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. Now, back to John Bauman and the Hollywood Squares.
Okay, it's a $200 game, and our champion won the last one. That means you get to start. Arlene, pick a star.
Fred, please.
Fred in the center. Can a brain without a body be kept alive in a laboratory? Or is that just science fiction?
It all depends on how much they're willing to pay for it. Can a brain be... I wish they would have done that with my brother Billy. I would say with today's... No, I would say no. Because, I don't know, there's something about when a certain amount of air does not get to the brain, it's
so it's just science fiction.
Just science fiction.
Arlene, agree or disagree?
I'll agree.
It can be kept alive. No, you should have disagreed with Fred. The brain can be kept alive, and your opponent gets the first square in this game. So off to a good start.
Sure.
Okay, Joyce, you got one X up there already. Pick a place for another one.
Bob, please.
Mr. Eubanks.
Yes, Mr. Bauman.
What costs more? Oh, you'll know this.
I hope.
What costs more? A set of horseshoes for your horse?
Yes.
Or a pair of Tony Lama horsehide boots for you?
You know what I bought recently? No kidding. Some tenny llamas. I kid you not. They're tenny llamas. They're tennis shoes on the bottom, but they're cowboy boots on the top.
Well, good for you, Bob.
I wanted to tell somebody that. You know?
Are you wearing them now?
No.
Good.
No.
Good.
I'm wearing my horseshoes now. What cost most? That's the same question you asked me.
Horseshoes for your horse or
Yes.
the Tony Lama horsehide?
Now, you're talking about the shoes? Yeah, the Tony Lamas cost more.
Agree or disagree, Joyce?
I agree.
The Tony Lama boots do cost more. Yes. Horseshoes. Horseshoes cost only about $60 installed. Good deal.
And Tony Lamas
Arlene?
cost $1,000.
Gene to block.
Installed, yeah.
Okay, you missed this one. Another game and a big lead to Joyce.
Okay.
Gene Rayburn, you are a bloodhound. Can you smell the difference between identical twins? Or do they smell the same to you?
Hey, not bad. I believe with my keen olfactory system, I could distinguish between the twins.
He means that you can smell the difference if you're a bloodhound.
I agree.
Agree or disagree, Arlene, for the block?
I agree.
You can smell the difference if you are a bloodhound.
I'm
Get the square and you do block. Never underestimate the intelligence of Arlene Manoogian. Well done. Joyce Reeves, she thwarted you there, but it's your move.
Charles, please.
Okay. Mr. Nelson Reilly.
Yes, sir.
Which squirts farther? A can of Right Guard deodorant or a skunk?
There are no skunks present, Charles.
Those of us from Cape Cod know this answer.
Right.
Well, if Right Guard squirted farther, they'd have used that already in a commercial with a skunk. So I tend to think the skunk can squirt farther.
You know, reasoning does not count here, Joyce.
On a good day.
It's just the
You know
answer.
what I
He
mean?
says a skunk can squirt farther than a can of Right Guard. Agree or disagree?
I'll agree.
A skunk can squirt farther, yes. You're right to agree. A skunk can squirt about 15 feet. A can of Right Guard, a measly less than 3 feet.
But it's tough to get them underneath your arm.
Okay, Arlene Manoogian.
Martha to block.
You need a block once again. So you missed this one. Joyce takes the game. Martha Smith from Scarecrow and Mrs. King. You are a teenage girl.
Okay.
According to Ann Landers, should you date a lot of different guys, or should you stick to one at a time?
Anne personally told me this when I was a teenage girl just a few years ago. She said, Martha, date a lot of guys.
Agree
I
or
agree.
disagree? You should date a lot of different guys. Yeah, good playing. You're right to agree, and you get the square, and you do block. So we got a hot contest going, and we're going to be back to complete it right after these messages. Come back with us. Okay, 300 to 125. Joyce Reeves, you're playing X.
Nancy to block, please.
Okay. It's interesting. You could have gone to James for a game win.
She likes me. Never mind.
Okay, you didn't do it. Nancy, you're throwing a dinner party. According to McCall's Book of Entertaining, should you sit all the husbands next to their wives, or should you avoid this?
Knowing how many husbands like their wives, you should never sit them next to their wives. No, no. Sit them with other women.
Agree or disagree, Joyce?
That's why I love her.
She says it should be avoided. You
I'm
agree?
an exception.
Yes, it should be avoided. You should not sit the husbands next to their wives. You're right to agree. You get the square and you do block, and that could have covered a major tactical mistake for you. Okay.
James to block.
Right. You missed this one. The game, in several ways, belongs to Joyce. James, where would you have eaten the very first Caesar salad? In Rome or in Tijuana?
It's all a blur.
Then be careful afterwards.
That's right.
So long.
I would say that the very first Caesar salad would Clyde Caesar made it in Tijuana.
Tijuana. Agree or disagree, Arlene?
I disagree.
The very first Caesar salad was eaten in Tijuana. You should have agreed with James. Your opponent gets the square and wins the game. Isn't that unbelievable? I know. This is hard to believe. The very first Caesar salad was eaten in Tijuana. Hard to believe, but our crack research staff spends most of its time at lunch, so I'm sure that they're right. Okay, Joyce, you got a pretty big lead now, 550 to 125, but we will clear the board, sweep all the X's and O's off, and move on to the next game. It's worth $300. You get to start once again, Arlene.
Fred, please.
Fred Travalena. Which did America have first, Jimmy Hoffa or cement?
Oh, boy. I'm dealing with that.
Yeah. You can always pull out the world's
Which did America have
longest tape.
first, Jimmy Hoffa or cement?
Jimmy Hoffa or cement, right.
Yes, we could do a lot of jokes, but we're going to just forget. Cement.
Agree or disagree, Arlene?
I agree.
Cement it was, yes. Cement was introduced in the early 1800s. Jimmy Hoffa, not born until 1913. Big difference. Joyce, you're playing X.
Bob, please.
Bob.
Yes, John.
You're reading the very first issue of the National Geographic.
I used to look at the pictures.
Is it possible you're reading it under the covers with a flashlight? Or didn't they have them then?
I know you remember.
Yeah, remember? That's where I learned. I learned about sex from my kids. I just want you to know that. No, they didn't have flashlights then. Because I remember seeing a National Geographic. No, they didn't have flashlights then.
He says they didn't have flashlights. Joyce, agree or disagree?
I agree.
They didn't have flashlights then. Good playing. You're right to agree. You get the square. The first National Geographic was published way back in 1888. Not that long before flashlights, but before. Arlene, your move.
James, please.
Okay, James Sloyan from O'Madeline. James, in the United States, are there more high school teachers or more people who have warts?
It's got a big warts day. More high school teachers or more people that have warts? Gosh, golly whiz bang, I would have to say that there are probably more people with warts due to the number of frogs.
I agree.
Arlene, you say you agree? There are more people who have warts. Yes, you were right to agree. You do get the square. Well done. There are over 20 million people in America who have warts. You know who you are. Okay, Joyce, you're playing X.
Nancy to block, please.
You missed this one. The game belongs to your opponent, and she's catching up. Okay, Nancy, you were a woman executive. According to Helen Gurley Brown, is it okay to call your secretary honey? Or is that inappropriate in the office?
No, I think he would be a sexist pig to call her honey in the office. So, my answer would be no.
Okay, she's
Or something like that.
It's inappropriate. Your answer is that it's inappropriate for a woman executive to call her secretary honey. Agree or disagree, Joyce, for a block?
I agree.
It is okay, according to Helen Gurley Brown. No, you should have disagreed. Your opponent gets that square and wins the game. Interesting. Well, that's Helen Gurley Brown for you. If you're a male executive, you probably know how to duck a typewriter. The bell means that time is up. $575 for you, Joyce. You have done it once again. You're a champ. Good girl. Well, you have been here before. Make your way over there. Join Mr. Rayburn. Get set for your shot at the big money. Well, you were charging at the end. You just got too far behind at the beginning, and that sometimes happens. You're a victim of time, but you're a very good player. Arlene Manoogian, congratulations. You're leaving here with $500, and thanks for playing Match Game Hollywood Squares. Gene Teal.
Okay, John. Well, you have over $35,000 now, and a chance to win up to $30,000. We'll be back with our champ here and our stars right after this.
And now, here to play the super match is Gene Rayburn.
All right, Gene, thank you. Well, Joyce, you've done it again. And you're going to have another go at the Big Money Super Match where you can win up to $30,000. Good luck to you. Here we go. We polled a studio audience not too long ago and said, please write down your best answer to this. Erin blank. Now, if you give us the answer they chose most frequently, you get $1,000. For choosing the second most popular answer, $500. And for the third, $250. Any three of the 9 stars are allowed to offer a little assistance here, one at a time if you please.
Erin, please.
Erin.
Am I supposed to say it out loud?
Yeah, you say it out loud.
Erin go bra.
Erin go bra. That's, it's
Means
made by
Ireland
Vanity
forever.
Fair. You know it, well, never mind.
Or Erin go bra less.
All right.
John, please.
Yes? Well, hey, I don't know whether it's because I'm sitting next to her. I'm going to say Erin Moran.
You say Erin Moran?
Yeah.
All right. You got 2 now.
Charles.
Charles, the third spot, as you know, is hard.
O.
Erin O.
Erin.
Erin.
Erin. Erin.
There doesn't seem to be any help from up above.
Huh? Erin,
Jump in there, Charles.
Erin Schultz.
Erin Schultz.
Yeah, sure.
Friend of yours from Hartford, Connecticut.
Fullback for the Rams.
Not Schultz's daughter, you remember.
Erin.
All right, so you've got
Erin O'Brien Moore.
Erin O'Brien Moore. All right, so you have Erin go bra, Erin Moran, and Erin O'Brien Moore. You may choose one of those or think up one of your own.
Erin Moran, I think.
Erin Moran.
It's going to be close.
You're a star. You're a star.
You're more popular than you.
All right. Let's find out if Erin Moran is up there. And if she's there, where is she? Is she under the $250 response? No, Erin go bra is there. That's one of the responses you got. The $500 response says Erin Gray.
I had Erin Gray, but I don't know who it is.
She's an actress.
Erin Gray was the name of a song, right?
No.
No, she's
No.
an actress.
She used to be
She's
on
what?
She's an actress, I think.
Buck Rogers.
Who asked you? Erin Gray's an actress, according to Joyce, and she should know, because I don't. All right. Last chance for Erin Moran. Here is the $1,000 response. You're a star, Erin.
All right.
Okay, you can leave now, Erin.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, Joyce, you got the $1,000.
Well, her salary is going up.
Yes, it is. Now, we ask you to choose a star for the head-to-head match. And remember, each star has that hidden number. And after you've made your decision, the star will grab the tab and give it a yank and reveal the hidden number. We'll multiply your $1,000 by whatever number is revealed at that time. It'll be a 10, a 20, and there's 130.
John, please.
Oh, yes.
All right, John, let's see if the 30 is there. Is it there? The 20 is there. You're playing for $20,000. All right, good luck to you. Here we go. Blank, Texas. Blank, Texas. Now, John has made up his mind. We ask you to make up your mind. And if your minds are of one, you will collect the $20,000.
Dallas.
Dallas is what she says. All right, let's find out what John said. Time to show and tell, John.
I come from Brooklyn, but just for today, I think I'll be from Big D.
You kissed her.
He's trying again.
Okay. Well, Joyce, John gave you a kiss because he's so happy for you. You got the flu, but it's worth it, right?
Yes.
Listen, I think you are the second biggest money winner we've had on the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour with $56,350. Congratulations, Joyce. And we'll be back right after these messages. Okay, now we want to find out which star had the big 3-0. Would you all grab the tabs? 1, 2, 3. Give it a yank. Go.
Yankee-boo,
Fred
Fred.
Travalena had the big 3-0. All right, we'll look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow. Joyce, you'll be here tomorrow, I am sure. And Gene Rayburn, hoping you'll be here tomorrow.
John Bowman saying so long for the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour.
A member of our studio audience will receive Mohawk's Colorful Living Collection. 30 square yards of luxurious carpet. Sumptuous new plush carpets available in decorators' colors. Furnished by Mohawk Carpet. This is Gene Wood speaking for the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. A Mark Goodson television production.